What is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New. I'm coming at you on this Saturday. And first and foremost, as always, want to send out positive vibrations and blessings to anybody who could be listening. Now, with all that being said, we do know that the Los Angeles Lakers were in action again last night in downtown Los Angeles to take on none other than the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets, who are currently the third seed in the West. So I was looking forward and really highly anticipating this matchup between none other than Anthony Davis and the two-time MVP Jokić. Now, we know Jokić has won 2 MVPs, and to this day, Anthony Davis, who is in the top 75 players, has not won an MVP. So that is something that Anthony Davis probably wants to show Jokić what he's all about. And, of course, we all know by now what happened, that Anthony Davis went down with the injury as he was jumping in the air, attempting a shot, and looks like his foot may have hit up against Jokic's legs. And to me, it looked like his foot got bent this away and maybe that away, so it was maybe an ankle injury. They're saying a foot injury, but, I'm a little skeptical on foot. I think they're saying that, I don't know, for whatever reason, but just to kind of be, just not to be too specific so they won't let on to too much. You know how that is sometimes with how NBA teams are. But we'll talk more about that later. But I cannot say enough, and I'm just going to lead the show off with this. I cannot say enough about Thomas Bryant and his performance. And I've been an advocate of Thomas Bryant, early on since the start of the season. And I was actually hurt that he was hurt to start the season and couldn't come out immediately. And I knew that the Lakers, 0-5 start, and I know they, started off slow out the gates. And I knew that Thomas Bryant could have been of some assistance to that. Now, let's not forget that the Lakers are also without the services of Wayne and Gabriel, who I think if he was in the game, the Lakers would have probably even won by even more, just because we know Wayne and Gabriel has been Mr. Cleanup Man, cleaning up the offensive and defensive glass, just being Johnny on the spot, and has improved on his scoring, and even was in a couple of threes. So, he worked on that all summer, and that's something that the Lakers told him that he needs to get better at if he wants to get a guaranteed deal, So right now, that's what the Lakers are working on. But, just unfortunate that he had that injury to his shoulder. But back to what I was saying about Thomas Bryant, man. Thomas Bryant down in that paint was looking more like a little baby Shaq last night. You understand what I'm saying? Thomas Bryant was looking more beast in the paint than what Anthony Davis be looking like off in the paint. You understand what I'm saying? Now, Anthony Davis, of course, is a much more skilled player. Don't get it twisted. I'm not disrespecting Anthony Davis by any means, but I'm just telling you, he was beast mode on that glass. He was getting rebound after it was some rebound, at least 3 or 4 rebounds that I know that the Lakers shouldn't have got. But he managed to get it, tipped it, got it, tipped it, got it, tipped it, was doing like everything he needed to do. And then when he got it, he wasn't looking to kick it out. He was looking to score. And that's exactly what Thomas Bryant did. And Thomas Bryant was a plus 10 last night, ladies and gentlemen. A plus 10 on the floor, had 21 points and 6 big boards. And actually, he was 1 from 2 from three-point land. So we know he is capable of stretching the floor. And that's going to be important depending on how long Anthony Davis is going to be out. And we don't know. Hopefully, we know, and Anthony Davis in the past has had some tendinitis to his Achilles, or whatever you want to call it, tendinosis, whatever it was that was bothering him for a while. And that was something that the Lakers were very wary of. And when you're a big man, you have to be careful. You do not want that Achilles to get injured. So that is something that they'll be cautious of. But to me, like I said, it didn't look like it was technically a foot injury. It looked more like an ankle. And then at one point I saw them trying to stretch him out on the bench. So hopefully it was just an ankle got twisted the wrong way. But whatever it is, let him take time to heal. Because guess what? With Thomas Bryant, if Wayne and Gabriel can come back to the lineup in the next couple of games and you have Thomas Bryant and Wayne and Gabriel, then you're going to be okay. Damian Jones is not that bad of an option either. Let me just say that. I mean, he's not the greatest, but, if he can back up, Bryant until Wayne and Gabriel gets back, who would have thought, that Wayne and Gabriel is playing that much better than Damian Jones? But, hey, he's earned his minutes. He has definitely earned his minutes. And if you've been watching Lakers basketball this year and you disagree with that, then, hey, you might need to not be watching Lakers basketball. You understand what I'm saying? But let's get back to the main point of the status. Is LeBron James last night, ladies and gentlemen, had 30 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. He was let's just not get it twisted, a plus 26 on the floor. A plus 26. Now, LeBron, this is something I want to focus on too, y'all. And I'm serious. And this is no shot at LeBron James. This is me keeping it real 100%. You understand me? LeBron James was 13 from 20 from field goals, shot 65%. If anybody says 13 from 20, that's a damn good, percentage. 13 out of 20, you got 30 points, you understand? 65% from the field, that is so good. But let's talk about the three-point shooting. LeBron James, 1 for 6 from 3, yet again. LeBron James, we know historically has not been the best of three-point shooters, although he has shot more attempts than Jordan at a higher percentage, but we won't bring that up. I just know people like to say things like that and say he's not a scorer. Oh, he can't shoot threes. Well, neither could MJ, and y'all love to say he's a scorer, but that's a topic for another day. So anyway, he was 1 out of 6 from 3. So if you take away those 6 three-point attempts, then instead of being 13 out of 20, that would be 14. You understand? And if he missed one of those, that would be 12 out of 14. LeBron James would have been shooting like 90-some%. If LeBron James stopped shooting threes, he probably had the highest field goal percentage of all time, damn near, of not being a center. Probably already has that now that I think about it, but the three-point shooting does not help that. But anyway, let's just say on those 6 attempts, LeBron James was to give it to somebody else or to get to the basket or continue to expose Denver's poor pick-and-roll defense. And we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But I'm telling y'all, this was a quality win for the Los Angeles Lakers because, you going against a 2-time MVP and Nikola Jokic. You going against a Denver Nuggets team who many picked to finish top 1-2 in the West. Even Charles Barkley said he thought they would win the most games in the West. You going against a team who, is a so-called powerhouse in the Western Conference, and you were without your superstar, Anthony Davis, who has been playing tremendously. We all know what he's done the past 10 games, averaging 30 and 15 or whatever it is for the past 10 to 12 games. So, it was a loss not to have Anthony Davis, but when I'm telling you Thomas Bryant stepped up, man, he stepped up. And, I think Thomas Bryant shoot threes better than Anthony Davis. So that is something that the Lakers can definitely build upon. And one thing I cannot understand for the life of me, fam, why is Patrick Beverley continuing to start? Why is Patrick Beverley continuing to start? I do not get it. Why does he continue to get all these minutes? I just don't understand. We just said LeBron James was a plus 26, fam. Westbrook was a plus 25. Westbrook was a plus 25. And then you got Schroeder. Schroeder played a pretty good game. Schroeder had 15 points. He was 3 from 6 from 3. Schroeder was a plus 15. Now, Pat Bev, a minus 11 yet again. Why do you got somebody who continues to be a minus in your starting lineup? Austin Reeves, a plus 26. If this not telling you that Austin Reeves or Westbrook need to go into the starting lineup, I don't give a damn if it's Westbrook and Schroeder. And you want to let them take turns playing 1 or 2 because the lineups that you had with Westbrook and Schroeder were fortuitous. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I got to mention Lonnie Walker, who has been in a slump lately. I don't think the Lakers should give up on Lonnie Walker. Shooters keep shooting it. You'll get it together. But the past few games, Lonnie Walker has not been that guy. He was 1 from 6 from the three-point line last night, and he was a minus 15. Once even shot an airball 3. So I don't know what's going on there. He needs to regain the confidence of the coaching. So at this point, I'm willing to take Lonnie Walker out of that starting lineup and put in Austin Reeves. Really put Austin Reeves in there with Lonnie Walker without Pat Bev, but then I know Lonnie Walker becomes somewhat of a liability on defense. Austin Reeves plays some pretty damn good defense, so just put Austin Reeves in the starting lineup. What does it take? Why do you have to continue to get down on the game? But, I will say this. The Lakers outscored Denver in the first quarter 33-32. Denver outscored them 33-31 in the second quarter. Then in the third quarter, when Anthony Davis didn't come back out the locker room and people said, oh, my God, the Lakers are in trouble. But no, they were not, because we had none other than, like I said, Thomas Bryant stepping up to the plate. The Lakers outscored the Nuggets 29-23 that quarter. And then came the fourth quarter when they got it going on and LeBron James continued to get on the steals, get out in transition. What the Lakers need to improve on is their transition defense. They cannot continue to give up baskets when other teams score a basket and they just come right back down, don't even get into a set and just get mismatch. And one thing I did notice about Thomas Bryant, when he was playing transition defense, he was finding Jokić. He was not letting people get caught in the mismatch. He was finding Jokić, making sure he was getting on him, and he was regulating people. Hey, you get over here, you get over here. You know what I mean? He looks like he has a pretty high IQ on the defensive end of the floor, especially with his transition defense. That's something that I like to see. And I think that the Lakers, even minus Anthony Davis, can still win some games. I know they got the Wizards up next. Let Anthony Davis get his rest. I think the Lakers can take care of that. They got the Suns. Hey, I take Thomas Bryant against the way Thomas Bryant playing right now, he not just going to get bullied. You understand me? That boy ready. You hear me? So we're going to see what that's all going to work out for. Troy Brown was a plus 12. I can't not mention Troy Brown. Westbrook, Westbrook with the triple-dub. His field goal percentage wasn't that great. I think he shot 40%. He missed a lot of shots, but hell, so did Dennis Schroeder. They need to get in the gym, work on their shot. Russell Westbrook, I thought I'd never say this. Russell Westbrook been playing some tremendous defense as of late. And you know what? He was on Jamal Murray yesterday. He made him sort of a non-factor. You know, his points was quiet as kept. I think Jamal Murray, I can't remember how much he got. Oh, I want to mention the unsung hero of Max Christie, because Max Christie was a plus 14. He was 2 out of 3 from 3. And those threes was timely, because when the Lakers was looking like they might let this thing slip away in the third quarter, here comes Christie. Couple of quick threes in a row. You understand what I'm saying? And that really spurred the Lakers and sparked them to go ahead and start doing their thing, play a little bit harder on defense. I think LeBron might have hit a 3 after that. Next thing you know, the Lakers went up like 9 or 10. And then before you know it, they never looked back. Jokić was a minus 14 on the floor. So that let me know. And Anthony Davis only played in the first half, I think 17 minutes total. So, you know, it goes to show you Thomas Bryant was doing this thing. And then when Thomas Bryant came out, I noticed they still didn't put in Damian Jones. They moved LeBron to the 5, let him have help defense. But LeBron James was doing his thing, matched up against Jokić. He stopped him a few times on defense. So, you know, the help came in the right place. They forced Jokić to give up the ball because they came with the double team quick, forcing him to make a decision. And, you know, Jokić is great at making these type decisions. But at the end of the day, Jokić got outplayed by Thomas Bryant. I don't care if you just say strictly for the numbers. He didn't, because he was 25, 11, and 8. But, you know, Thomas Bryant held his own. And for the amount of minutes Thomas Bryant played, Thomas Bryant was still 21 and 6. So let's not get that twisted. But Pat Bev, even though he did shoot a little bit better yesterday, was 4 out of 6. That doesn't really mean anything to me. Pat Bev need to get his stuff together, because, man, he's just too much of a liability on offense, and the Lakers can't really spread the floor when you got Pat Bev out there, and then that means the lane going to get clogged for people like LeBron James, who needs to be driving the ball. But man, that pick and roll, even that high pick and roll, when they was disrespecting Westbrook and putting Jokić on him because, you know, daring him to shoot a 3 where they was trying to drop back in the 3-2 zone, but the Lakers got them up out of that zone and attacked it nicely with the high pick and roll and let LeBron take advantage of Jokić, because although Jokić is a great defender, he's not going to keep up with LeBron James when LeBron James decides to put his head down and go around him and score at the basket. You understand what I'm saying? So, hey, still early in the season. The standings is packed Trump tight right now. We see where Minnesota is. Minnesota right there. They could have took an L, but they did not. Who else you got? Minnesota is right there. Golden State. Nobody talking about Golden State. Now that Steph is going down, he's going to be out a couple of weeks with looking like the same kind of shoulder injury what Wayne and Gabriel has, you know, just hyperextended whatever. But, you know, he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. I think that they're going to really struggle, even though, you know, they had some players step up and they made that a really close game the other night. But at the end of the day, you know, they only one game from Golden State. So, you know, why is nobody talking about them? Everybody want to be concerned about LeBron James. Everybody want to be concerned about the Lakers. That's why I keep saying right on to the real. Much love to these haters, because the Lakers going to continue to do their thing. They're going to climb in these standings. And before you know it, they're going to be right there in one of that 6 or 7 spot. And ultimately, they only 3 or 4 games out of the 4th spot to secure a home court advantage in the first round. So let's not get it twisted. There's a lot of ball left to be played. And quite honestly, I don't want to see Russell Westbrook traded this year. Let him play out his contract, unless you can get another expiring contract, because his contract is too big. It's $43 million. So if you let him play out his contract, you know, you don't have to sign him next year. Then you got $40 million of cap space where you could actually go out and sign a bunch of shooters or 3-and-D type guys that you need. So, you know, Russell Westbrook, if he wants to come back next year at a cut and say, listen, I want to keep doing what I'm doing because I think we can compete for a championship. I love LA. I bought a crib out here. Then let him go for another round as he continues to age. But, you know, he just got to be smarter sometimes with the shot selection. He did bullied Jamal Murray in the post last night. He kept taking advantage of that matchup. He was getting his little shot out the window here and there. So, he pressed the issue. The main thing was the assist, because Russell Westbrook got those 12 assists. He was really getting the ball downhill. He had some nice assists in transition. Of course, to Thomas Bryant, I think it's really none better than Westbrook when he's in transition. He's good as LeBron, I'm telling you, with his passes in transition. So, they said that nothing better than a LeBron James AD pick and roll. Shit, I'm trying to tell y'all, I think the Westbrook pick and roll with AD is just as fabulous, if not better, because he was finding him on some nice oops. But anyway, Saturday, I want to wish everybody much love, blessings, and happiness. If you haven't done so already, hit that bell, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let's share. Let's keep it going. And as always, man, this is your boy B New. I'm saying right on to the real, and much love to these haters. I'm out.